Oh yeah, you already know what time it is. You already know what is going on. I am your host, Cam Silver.
I am your co-host, Kyle Silver.
And your favorite cousins are now back in session. Welcome back to the Silver Boys Podcast. Kyle, some pretty cool stuff has happened this week.
Sir, yes, sir.
We are on, I know we don't cover it, but we are on to the NHL playoffs starting up. Baseball is officially all in swing. The NBA playoffs start Saturday. And let's start off with Monday. The WNBA Draft just happened.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And obviously to be expected, Caitlin Clark was number 1, going to Indiana. Number 2 was Cameron Brink. Number 3, Carmela Cardoso, off to Chicago. Joining her in Chicago will be Angel Reese. Her college nemesis, I would say. So it's gonna be very hard to get on board off of them.
Definitely, I completely agree with you.
Let's see. In the second round, Nika Mule gets drafted to Seattle. Kate Martin, who said she was just there just to support Caitlin. She gets drafted in the second round, which is pretty awesome to see, to the Aces.
Yeah, her Daisha Fair
too.
Yeah.
No, the Aces, man, they still stacking up.
For them to be a championship team and they got it's solid players. Like Daisha Fair, she was the number 3 scorer. Yeah. Of all time. Yeah. In D1 or whatever, in college basketball history. So she knows she liked that. She could score off the dribble, off of everything. So I like that pickup a lot for them actually.
I do. And you also still got Kelsey Plum,
who
was the top scorer before Caitlin Clark was. So
exactly.
Yeah, no.
Just to pair it up with Asia Wilson. That's crazy.
Candace Parker's still there. Yeah, no, they got buckets on that team. But very, very, very exciting times for the WNBA. Teams that are going to be playing Indiana are already moving their games off to bigger stadiums, bigger arenas,
just to accommodate all the people that's going to want to see Caitlin Clark.
Ticket prices are soaring through the roof now,
as they should be. So all that money is going to go right back into the WNBA, and that's great to see. Honestly,
and Caitlin Clark is now, from what I just heard, she is now about to sign more than likely a big time lucrative deal with Nike. So I think you got Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, and Caitlin Clark are all with Nike now. So
that's a pretty dangerous trio right there.
Yeah, no, that's big time right there. That's awesome to see.
Shout out Nike.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Nike. Shout out Caitlin Clark too. Definitely, because they wouldn't be done without her play on the court. It always starts with the play on the court first.
It all starts somewhere, and it's the play on the court.
Yes, sir.
But
yes, sir.
Man, very excited to see what they have in store.
I am too.
Coming up this summer.
I am too. Summer, it's a shorter season, so it's definitely a little bit better to watch. A lot more games, see how she's gonna play throughout the season and whatnot.
Right.
So I'm just excited to see what she's going to bring to the league, how the vets are going to handle her, how she's going to do, how she's going to pair it with Aaliyah Boston, It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. But, man, moving on to the NBA.
NBA.
Now, before we get into the play on the court, let's talk about what happened off the court. Jonte Porter, Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, is officially banned from the NBA.
Lifetime ban.
Lifetime, yes, lifetime. He can't come back ever.
Tell him why.
All right, so a while back, Jonte Porter was under investigation from the NBA on multiple instances of betting in irregularities. So on January 26th, there was a high betting interest on Porter's unders. They were set at 5.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. He played 4 minutes that night before leaving the game with the eye injury. 0 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. So all the unders hit. The next day, DraftKings said he was the biggest money-winning earner among bettors. This happened again on March 20th. His betting numbers were 7.5 points, 5.5 rebounds. He ended up leaving the game early with an illness with no points and 2 rebounds. There was unusual betting interest in Porter. People trying to bet 10 to 20,000 on him, when the most you could bet on an NBA player is usually 1 to 2,000.
Oh wow.
Yes. And apparently he was having people bet for him and things of that nature. So Yeah, no, it all came down once Adam Silver said the possibility, like if he's found guilty of it, the possibility was to be banned for life. That's when you could start kind of feeling the trend. It was like, okay,
at that point, I feel like they already knew.
Yeah,
and they just needed to like actually come down and make a decision.
Yeah, but yeah, no, like they everybody, like, they watch this stuff. Everyone watches this stuff. So like when players are moving in a certain direction or doing certain things, they see that thing. You know what I mean? They pick up on that stuff, and then it's crazy to me because the betting sites, they all have deals with these leagues and everything. So obviously they watch you guys a lot closer now.
Yeah, they have no choice but to watch you closer because all of the sports betting and stuff that's coming across each state and stuff, all that does is just amp up the animosity towards players and towards the league itself.
Correct.
And then now you have all of these eyes on you, even more eyes than before, because now people are putting their money into it.
Yeah.
And then but when you mess up the integrity of sport and this is just you betting the him giving people money and betting the unders, yes, albeit it's not like it was affecting the outcome of the game, but it was still affecting how people the amount of money people were making and him even pocketing some of that too.
Yeah.
And you're asking people to place bets for you just so you could get some bread too.
Get some bread
too. Brother,
you're in the league, you're already making bread. You're making at minimum you're making $2 million.
And you doing this for $20,000?
Shame.
$20,000?
Shame.
You hurting?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Come on, Jonte. You have nobody to blame but yourself. It's absolutely justified, and we can't have it. You can't have the cake and eat it too.
You got a championship-winning brother.
What? And this is what you decide to do.
You have a championship-winning brother. You're on the Toronto Raptors, who's a middle-of-the-pack team. All they have to do is make a couple moves, and then next thing you know, they're back in the playoffs. So guess what? That's more money right there. So I don't know.
There's always things built into contracts, and extra incentives, things like that you can do to where you don't have to. You didn't have to resort to this.
Correct.
And you could have made it. You didn't have to make it this bad for yourself.
Correct.
And I'm just sad to see that, a young kid, that got too greedy, just put himself in harm's way, and now look at you, you're out the league for life.
For life.
You can't come back unless by the grace of God somebody does something.
Right. And at that point, the damage has already been done. But it's just a sad thing to see, you make it, you work all this time to get to this point, to make the dream that most kids dream about, only for you to piss it away like this. And it's just a sad thing to see.
Yeah, I completely agree. But
moving on to what's going on in the playoffs. So the play-in these past 2 days have been something to see. So the first play-in was the Lakers and the Pelicans.
Yes.
So 2 days prior, the Lakers blew up the Pelicans. Pelicans, obviously did not take that well. And they played a much closer game, which is to be expected. Zion goes crazy for 40, which was awesome to see. But at the end of the game, he did get hurt, pulled a hammy.
Which is, oh my God. I feel like this happens every year. They're in the same situation every year. You got the 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th seed. And it comes down, Zion gonna play, and then boom! It's like something happens.
Either Zion's gonna play or Zion's out, and the result of them being in the play-in because they don't have Zion.
It all boils down to Zion because the way he was playing, I mean, albeit the Lakers started to really they were playing great defense all game. There's nothing you can do when a 280-pound dude is shouldering you into the paint.
Correct.
But Zion was doing his thing, and I don't know if he stays. I don't know if the Lakers make it out of that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, no, because it was really coming down to the end of it. But I'd say that thing I would have leaned on for the Lakers to come out of that one was just the IQ of Brown and AD.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just making those plays at the end of the game. Because even without Zion, the Pelicans were still able to make a lot of good plays and still play good defense. But the thing for the Pelicans at that point, though, if they really wanted to get over the hump, they would have needed C.J. McCollum to play.
I was just about to say that.
C.J. McCollum 4 for 15 from the field, 1 for 9.
I was just about to say that's also a big reason why I lost that game. Because if he hits his shots like we've seen him consistently hit his shots, hit his three coming off the dribble like that. That game is different too. That game would be different.
Oh yeah, it's way different. It's easy.
Even Brandon Ingram too. 11 points, 4 for 12.
Him coming off of that injury still. I think that's the biggest thing for him. He's still trying to get his feet underneath him. So I kind of give him a bit of a pass, but I understand. Yeah, he should have played a little better. But the rest of them played well. Larry Jr. with 10 points and 12 boards. Jose Alvarado 10 points, 7 assists. Trey Murphy 12 points. Like they played well.
Yes.
But it was the person that I think we all were accustomed to seeing play big in certain moments. C.J. McCollum just did not come to play, and that was the biggest thing.
He definitely gonna have to change that for the next game that they got.
Oh yeah. And their next game is against the Kings, who just beat the Warriors, and now
118-94, guys. That is the Warriors.
Wow.
Dynasty team that we all know and I guess somewhat love. Couldn't even get 100 points.
Is now the biggest question is, obviously the Kings did their thing. Keegan Murray went crazy.
Keegan Murray did his thing.
Keegan Murray went bananas. He had 32 points. You had Sabonis chipping in, obviously, with his 16, 12, and 7. Harrison Barnes with 17 points. The kid Keon Ellis with 15. He's filled in big time for Malik.
I agree.
I like him a lot. And then, De'Aaron Fox with the cherry on top with 24. But the big story from that game was Klay Thompson. 0 points, 0 for 10 from the field, 0 from 6 from 3. Oh, that was ugly to watch. That was so ugly to watch, and I felt so bad for Steph because it wasn't much, it wasn't much help for him. Even Draymond played well, 12 points and 6 assists.
2 for 4 from 3, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. It is a very, very, very bad day in Warriors history when Draymond Green is making more threes than Klay Thompson.
Oh yeah, big time.
Everybody needs to go in that locker room and have a solid sit down and say, Klay. Klay.
I thought he was gonna turn it on in the second half, but he still
couldn't find the bottom of nothing.
And then what's it called? And Steve Kerr, he gonna lean on his guy. He played him 32 minutes at a certain point.
32 minutes.
At a certain point, I would be like, nah, bro, I gotta go with like Kuminga or something like that, because Kuminga had a good game, 16.7 boards. Moses Moody had a good game, 16 points. To 2 for 4 from 3, 5 for 8 from the field.
Or at least get Podziemski in.
Yeah,
that's his last. That's how you say it. Podziemski.
Yeah,
you got to get him in. I've seen him make tough baskets, tough 3-point shots.
Yeah.
It gives them another opportunity to be able to hit that 3-point shot. And he shot 3 times all game.
So
But Klay Thompson over 10 again. Oh my God, that was so ugly to see. It genuinely upset me because I know Klay has so much more to bring, but he's not the same player no more. He's not the same player. He hasn't been for the last couple of years.
Yeah, no, he just doesn't have it like he used to. And
he don't got that spring in his step no more. Nothing.
And I used to fight it. I used to be like, maybe he it's hard coming back from an ACL and an Achilles. But he might just not have that thing in him anymore, and that's fine. But they have a lot of tough questions coming up.
A lot, and I mean, would you want him if you were the Lakers?
With the talent that we have, we could take him.
Coming off the bench, definitely. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, but the talent that we have, we could definitely take him. But the thing is, would he be able to come off the bench?
Would it be another Russell Westbrook situation? Not I'm talking about in terms of trying to come into a system with Bron and them. The way Bron plays though, he's gonna get the ball. He's a spot up shooter
easily.
But we've seen how Russ's numbers, how they were so good, dwindle when he was with the Lakers. He goes back to the Clippers and what I'm saying? They come back up. Right. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, could that be the same for Klay too? You know what I'm saying? Because if we see in this right now, he has to go up, but what if he doesn't?
Yeah, I could see that. I can see that because.
And then now all the blame is going to be shifted towards Klay Thompson,
right?
Just like how it was with Russell Westbrook,
correct.
And then it's like everybody else is like okay, they forgot about everybody else because he's the new guy, Klay's the new guy. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I don't want him going into that type of situation as well.
It's true. It's hard playing for Lakers because the expectation of winning is so high that when you don't win, someone has to be a scapegoat.
And somebody has to be held accountable.
And it sucks. It sucks. Like, that's one thing that I do hate about the Laker Nation. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't Westbrook, who is it? It's Darvin Ham. You know what I mean? If it wasn't Darvin Ham, it's
just the next guy on the totem pole. Like, literally.
Exactly. And then, it's a lose-lose situation. So if you don't produce, someone's obviously going to come for you. But I would love to see Klay there, honestly. His pops played there, won championships there. So I would love to see Klay there. Klay, I feel like even though, he hasn't had his highs lately, he's still someone that we've seen could still drop 20 on you.
Easily, too.
Exactly, regardless. So, and something, shooters shoot. Shooters are going to shoot.
Yes, they do.
In some games, they just don't have it. And, and Klay, for the overall most part, it's been such an up and down season that looking at it from this point of view, him going over 10, over 6, totality, from what we just seen, him starting, then coming off the bench, then coming back into that starting role to end off like this, it just it leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, and it like you said earlier, like it's like you're trying to fight that feeling of like, come on, Klay, we all know you got it in you.
Exactly, we know who you are.
But like that Achilles injury, that ACL. 2 years being off, because he was a great defender. It's like all of that went out the window.
Correct.
Like the lift he got, he can't create off the dribble no more.
Yeah.
It's tough questions.
Yeah.
It's some serious tough questions.
Yeah. And I Draymond, Steve Kerr, Curry, they all said, we need him, and they do. They sure do. But the thing is gonna be at what cost, because obviously Klay's gonna want his money. No doubt about it. And then if you do pay him his money, then, you being at the risk of, all right, we're going to have to sit right here in this same position every single year.
For the next however many years.
And Steph is going to be Steph. Steph is still in his prime.
You're wasting his years.
And that's the scary part. Do I sit here, do I keep wasting that, or do I let him go?
But I'm going to be so honest, like, the Warriors have always taken care of their main three guys. They gave Klay $160 million off his injury, took care of Draymond through everything that we've always discussed.
Correct.
Obviously you're taking care of Curry, but ain't no way you could sign Klay for more than 2-3 years.
Yeah, no.
And I say no more than 2.
And the scary thing is too, you still got the young guys in Kuminga and Moses Moody, who we just talked about, have pretty good games.
Money, and they gonna want their money.
Not only do they want their money, they want their play time.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing. Because you can't keep playing Klay Thompson 32 minutes if you're going to shoot like this, and you can't pay this guy if he's going to shoot like this.
Yeah,
if this is going to be his output now.
If overall his output is going to be, lower than expected, then I can't keep doing that.
Hey, people get paid not off of what can you do for me, it's what have you done for me lately.
Correct.
This is what he's done for the Golden State Warriors lately.
Yeah. I don't know. Tough decisions, though. Tough decisions. But Friday, have the Pelicans hosting the Kings. It's going to be a tough one. See the Kings coming out of that one with no Zion, because they're saying Zion's probably going to be out for multiple weeks. So I see the Kings coming out with that one, and they will have the courtesy of facing off against Oklahoma City.
That'd actually be a good series.
That would be a good series.
OKC Kings? That would be a good series.
I like that series. But in the East, we had Philly face off against Miami. Jimmy goes down with an injury. He's looking to be out for some time as well. And they lost, so now they host the Chicago Bulls, who also lost Alex Caruso to a bad ankle sprain. So, I think whoever wins that one, they're going to end up losing to the Celtics.
They're going to lose first round.
Without Jimmy, if Jimmy was there for the Heat, then there'll be something to talk about. But without Jimmy, it's not.
Because it's multiple weeks.
Yeah. It's nothing to really talk about with that one. So I think is, you know, Boston should have themselves a 4-game or a gentleman sweep in 5 for that one. But yeah, no, let's get into what the first round is going to be looking like. So we got the Knicks versus the Sixers. Like that. I
like that for the Knicks a lot.
I like that for the Knicks
a lot just because of how Joel has been looking, you know.
Up and down, a little gingerly, up and down, but he's still
doing Joel
his,
things.
Yeah, he's still getting
well,
his.
That's where Tom Thibodeau comes in now. That this is his expertise.
Right.
This is where he comes in.
So, you know, you got 2 big men in Isaiah Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson.
Excuse me.
Yep. So, I like that battle right there. I got the Knicks in 6.
I was gonna do the same.
Yeah.
I was gonna do the same.
I got the Knicks in 6.
Actually, I'm gonna take them in 5.
5?
I'm taking them in 5.
I can see
Gentlemen,
that.
sweep them.
I can see that.
Get them out of here.
I can see that.
Get them out of here.
I think I'm being courteous on that one because you know, like it's a rivalry.
Yeah, it
you know
really
what I
is.
mean? Like they just.
I'm expecting Joel Embiid to not do what he does.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really holding out a lot of hope.
I just expect Tom Thibodeau to make life hard on him.
Yeah, just bang with him, dog. Just bang with him.
And I expect, you know, what's funny? I know that they like to play like a little slower, but I expect them to kind of play a bit faster.
Yeah.
A bit
How could you not?
Yeah.
How could you not? Guys like Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, they could come off, shoot the 3, like, you know, push the ball up and down the court.
I expect them to play just a bit faster on that one. Milwaukee has Indiana. Indiana has had their number all year now. You know, no Giannis to at least start the playoffs, possibly without this whole series.
Indy.
I got Indy. I would say I got Indy.
Even if they had Giannis, I probably would have still took Indy.
Yeah, no. Lillard has he's still fighting an injury. Still, you know, he still hasn't looked like Lillard all season. So yeah, no, I got Indy on that one. I expect Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam and them boys to show out for real.
Damn, I forgot they had Pascal. You're absolutely right.
And think about it, they were beating them before Pascal.
Now you got him.
Now you got Pascal.
Against no Giannis. Yeah. Indy all day.
Yeah.
Indy all day.
Got the Cavs and the Magic. This was a tough.
That's low key. I think that might be a sleeper.
Oh yeah,
that might be a sleeper.
That might be the sleeper series because I'm very interested to see how Banchero and them do in their playoff debut.
Exactly.
Because you got to understand these guys have not been in the playoffs before. You know what I mean? Versus the Cavs team who was there, who got a rude awakening from the Knicks last year. So I'm very, very interested to see how Paulo does. I think Paulo's gonna be fine. Just how does the rest of them? How does Franz come in? How does Cole Anthony and the rest of them do?
Yeah.
Jalen Suggs, you know.
Can they have a level of consistency and output that like shows that you're not just doing this on a whim?
Correct. Because you got, you know, Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell who they
Jared
Allen and Mobley, you know, those guys they I think now that they finally got their taste of the playoffs from last season, now they know what to expect and I think they know what to do.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I would lean towards the Cavs, but I wouldn't count out the Magic though.
No.
I would lean towards the Cavs. I'll give the Cavs. I'll give them 6.
I could see that.
I'll give them 6.
I could see that. I agree.
Going on to, so we don't know who Oklahoma City will face. More than likely the Kings, like we said before. But very interested to see them in their playoff debuts as well.
Yes.
With Chet Holmgren and Shea and Jalen. They, you know,
as long as they play the same game that they've been playing.
Oh yeah.
Don't let the playoffs,
the
change the
atmosphere.
Moment.
Yeah,
don't let the atmosphere change who you are and what you've been doing for 82 games.
Correct.
And Chet playing every game.
Right.
SGA doing his thing. All the other guys, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, all of them doing their thing. So I got a lot of confidence and faith in OKC right now.
Yeah,
I do.
You know, Nuggets Lakers rematch of the Western Conference Finals.
That one, oh my god.
This is tough because I think
that one I got Denver in 6.
Okay, I can see that.
I got Denver in 6.
I would co-sign that one. I would pick my Lakers, but it's just the fact that they just haven't been able to beat them as of yet. But they have the talent to do so.
Yes,
they easily have the talent. They have the roster to do it as well. You know, I'm very interested to see what happens because Denver's just really good at making tough shots.
Yeah, especially late in the game.
Yeah, like Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, they're really good at making tough shots. And there's those shots where it's like, how the hell did that go in? Type shots, So I'm very interested to see that. see what happens there. And the Lakers are starving. They know the talk. Everyone, there people talking about, oh, should they tank, so that they can match it with OKC. I hated that so much because like, not even just as a Laker fan, but I hated it just as a competitor. Why would you tank? Why would I? Yeah. Why would I mess around with that?
Why would you knowingly lose? Yeah. That just goes into the integrity of the sport. Exactly. That we talked about
that's
earlier.
Idiotic in my opinion. That's literally
there was no reason as to why the Lakers should even have considered being a number 8 seed.
Yeah, and
go and you get Denver.
Exactly. You say you're the best. You say you want to be the best on the block. All right. Well, you got to go beat the best on the block then.
Exactly.
And I think whoever wins this series is going to be the one that ends up going to the championship.
I completely agree. I completely agree.
But yeah, no, Denver, Lakers, obviously that's the one everyone's going to have their eyes on. Minnesota and Phoenix.
That's a good one. That's woof. Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert.
Carl coming back. Mike Conley, Jaden McDaniels, Nas Reed, who I have as my 6th man of the year.
Yo, Phoenix about to get burnt, dude. Phoenix about to get burnt.
Yeah, I don't have much belief in them.
I just have this crazy feeling.
They're experienced, obviously, with Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, KD, but I feel like it's the time the moment has built up for Minnesota.
Things are shifting in the NBA.
Yeah, the moment has built up for Minnesota, and I think if Edwards really wants that moment and really wants to start, this is that series to do it.
You gotta go knock out. You gotta go knock out KD, D Book, and Bradley.
This is the series to do it.
You have to. This is where you show everybody. This is your time.
To do it. I like it. And then we already know what happens with when Lucas sees the Clippers.
Oh God!
Food.
They about to get burnt. Oh God! It's
Food.
About to be barbecue chicken time.
Food.
Oh no! Oh no! And the way Kyrie playing, Jesus.
They're really good. Daniel Gafford's playing very well. PJ Washington playing well.
PJ Washington.
You got Tim Hardaway Jr., Dante Exum, Derek Lively.
Dante Exum. I thought I'd never hear his name again. Oh my goodness.
Remember that was like your arch nemesis in what was that, 2K14?
14. That 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Everybody thought he was going to be the next biggest thing.
Look at him. He's doing his thing right now, though.
I can't hold him.
Hey, I got Dallas, and I'm gonna take him in 6 too.
I'm gonna give him. Yeah, I'll give him 6.
I got him in 6.
I was leaning to a 7, but yeah, I'll give him 6.
Kawhi gonna mess around and he gonna get hurt so he could play later for
over Team USA. That's horrible. That's horrible. Ah, my knee. That's horrible.
And then you're gonna be fine in Paris. Come on now.
Just do a 360 windmill.
What? What?
Yeah, no.
But for real, Dallas got it. Luka.
Yeah, no, Luka. Every time you see Kawhi, every time you see PG, it's like I don't know what happens, bro. Told you, that dude turned into 92 Mike, bro.
It's disgusting to see. It actually is. Well, anytime he goes against the Clippers, anytime he goes up against Phoenix, it's prime Mike. It's prime Mike all of a sudden. Bro. He's gonna mess around and drop 70 on y'all heads. Just because.
With the help of Kyrie there. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of creating. Off the dribble. Oof.
That's going to be a real interesting series because I feel like the Clippers are they're not like a team basketball type of team. It's a lot of ISO ball. It's a lot of and that's what I see with Phoenix too. ISO ball. ISO. It's not, no movement, no anything like that. Extensively.
You got, especially with Clippers, you got veterans dominating with the young guys coming in as your supporting cast. Like we want to talk about supporting cast. That's literally what they do. They support. They support. You know what I mean?
Norman Powell.
Yes. Trey Mann. You know what I mean? They support. But it's we've seen this movie before.
This is where it comes down. Hey, we talked about it every year, don't we? This is where it comes down to James Harden. We talk about it every year.
Oh my God, James Harden.
Do not let him, guys. If James Harden has another bad series, I'm calling it. I'm calling it on him.
It's gonna be a problem.
I'm calling it on him. It's done. It's wraps. It's up.
It's gonna be
over.
Problemo. Actually, you want to know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna change my pick. I got faith in my Lakers. I got faith in my Lakers.
Okay.
I take my boys in 6.
Okay.
I got faith in them.
Okay.
Because they've heard a lot of the talk. You know, obviously dodging. You know, apparently LeBron's legacy is on the line, but when isn't his legacy on the line?
You only giving Denver 2 games?
Why not?
Wow. Not even game 7? Wow.
Because look, I put it to you like this: you don't want to go back there in Game 7.
Exactly. You got to get it done in 6.
There you go.
You got to get it done in 6.
There you go.
I agree.
No said.
I agree.
No said.
I agree.
But that's our episode for this week. We got a lot covered this week, and I hope you guys enjoy it because NBA players are here, and we're excited. Hope you are too. But till then, I'm your host, Cam Silver.
I'm your co-host, Kyle Silver.
And this is the Silver Boys.
Yeah. Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Cam Silver from the Silver Boys. If you like our content, subscribe to the channel and like our videos. Thank you for watching.